You're listening to The Human Upgrade with Dave Asprey. Speaking of that, when you have a gut bacteria that is so powerful that it can actually make people more sensitive to their blood sugar, like they have to lower their meds. Do people have to tell their doctor, or should they tell their doctor if they're taking pendulum? Like, oh, I started a probiotic that might fix my metabolism. Like how often do you need to kind of report if you're taking blood pressure medication, not blood pressure, but blood sugar medication? Like if people are on metformin, do they need to say, hey, doc, I just went on pendulum, or are they kind of separate?
They're absolutely related. And in fact, in our clinical trial that was published in BMJ, we showed that the efficacy of pendulum glucose control was on top of metformin. So if you're on metformin and you take pendulum glucose control, it lowers your A1C even further. And so it's important that your physician knows that. That's why your physician asks you in your intake form, hey, what other things are you taking? Vitamins, supplements. And so it's important to share, what are all the things that you're taking? If you have the right doctor, they might even be able to make sense of what you're doing. I just met a customer a couple of days ago who got told that they had an A1C of 10. They went into their doctor, they got this test result back, and she said, I freaked out. That was her exact phrase. I freaked out. I had this A1C of 10, and she had been on multiple medications. And after being on pendulum glucose control, she's been on it for over a year now. She's been able to lower her A1C down to 6 and gotten off of her meds. She's basically on no medications right now. And she's obviously been working closely with her doctor. She's not a physician. And so being able to titrate back these different, and this is not the first, we hear this from many, many of our customers. This is part of the diabetes management plan. And so if you don't tell your doctor all the things that you're doing to try to manage your blood sugar, you're leaving gaps out in physiological changes. They don't really understand why. So I think it's important. I think if you've got the right doctor, they're going to understand the microbiome and the benefit here, and then they're going to work with you to figure out, what's the right dosing for you.
It's the same thing. If you start intermittent fasting, doing high intensity interval exercise, getting quality sleep, and your blood sugar changes, and you're taking especially some of the more harsh drugs, more aggressive than metformin, you might actually have low blood sugar. And then you would want to tell your doctor. And if you have the right doctor, they're going to say, that's great. And if you have the wrong doctor, they're going to say, that can't happen, therefore it didn't. And they're going to say, you're crazy. So you can judge your doctor based on whether they believe you when you tell them what's going on with you.
If your doctor ever says you're crazy, I think that's when it's time to start a search for a new doctor.
Yeah, you only need 2 words when the doctor says you're crazy. And those words are, you're fired. Unless it's a psychiatrist, in which case you might want to listen.
Fine. Very good. Yes.
Just saying. Depends what kind of doctor you're going to. But I did say those words when a doctor told me vitamin C would kill me many years ago. In fact, that was one of the things that launched me on the path of becoming the creator of biohacking. Just like, I have to do this myself. It turns out I didn't. I just didn't know how to find the right doctors.